All right, Fez, let's get over to some phony finals here for NFL Week 14. I'll let you lead it off here. Phony finals, where do you got?
Well, Minnesota handled Atlanta, but they should not have won by 21. That was a 3-0 turnover differential. So don't go crazy upgrading Minnesota or downloading Atlanta. Kirk Cousins actually, he looked really good on his first drive and he threw for 300 yards.
Yeah.
So maybe we're overreacting to him being, washed up, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to play the over on his passing yards, but a lot of it was, last week against, or I should say week 13 against the Chargers at home just didn't look good. I mean, he had the 4 interceptions, looked like he was dealing with some type of injury, but he came out and threw the ball very well. I know he still threw a couple of interceptions there against his former team in the Vikings there, but still definitely crushed his yardage number this week. All right, what's we got for phony finals?
Cleveland, Pittsburgh, still trying to figure out how Pittsburgh covered. Oh, I know how. Because Cleveland doesn't take care of the ball. 3-1 turnover difference in a game that Cleveland won the stats in. So let's pump the brakes on any ratings adjustments on that game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a spot that was in favor or a revenge spot there for the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off of that week 12 Thursday night football game with the snow and I think not having George Pickens out there, I think really I don't say limited the offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but you could definitely see the difference without George Pickens out there, who's their downfield threat. And again, a guy that's been very, very good for that Pittsburgh Steelers offense ever since Russell Wilson took over as a quarterback. So we'll see how long he is going to be out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a game, I believe, against the Eagles in week 15. So that should be a fun one on that schedule. What else we got for Phony Finals Fest?
Let's look at the Jets, Miami. Jets win the stats. I'm sure they won the fourth quarter win share. I mean, I just don't understand what these teams are doing. Why aren't you handing the ball off 3 times and kicking the game-winning field goal? I mean, I think sometimes these teams are too cool for school. And is it really that hard when you catch the ball on the sideline to get your butt down on the ground so you don't go get pushed out of bounds? I just don't understand it.
Yeah, they outgained them 402 to 375, 6.4 yards per play for the New York Jets. They do end up losing in overtime off of the walk-off touchdown on the first drive by Tua throwing it to Mr. Jonnu Smith to get the victory for the Miami Dolphins. What else for Phony Finals Fest?
Yeah, let's take a look at Chargers, Kansas City. I won't call it phony. Let's just say it could have gone either way, and I think maybe Casey was up at half, but another coin flip, pure coin flip game that plinkoed to the Chiefs.
Look, the conversation has really been about this Chiefs team, right? They've been able to find ways to win games, whether it's been the luck factor going into the rest of the season or maybe in the playoffs. Do you think there should be some type of regression for this team? Or is this what the Kansas City Chiefs are? They just find ways to win games. And yeah, I understand the doink part of it and some of the other things that have happened with a block kick for them and things like that against the Denver Broncos a few weeks ago. But they just find ways to win games. That means that's what it
No,
is.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
You don't it's like a basketball team. You don't find ways to win when your opponent misses 2 free throws
That's
when they're
true.
down one and they're shooting. So that's what Denver did and the Raiders did. I mean, you could have a team of you could have the greatest team of all time in that situation. Both they would go 0-2 in that again most of the time against those teams. And Kansas City went 2-0 because the Keystone Cops gave away both those games.
All right. That was the Sunday night game. We have anything else for Phony Finals Fest?
Just I want to comment on the Cincy Dallas. I'm
Yeah.
watching this game and I am just kicking myself. Why didn't I bet on Dallas plus 5.5? I had, I mean, there's no reason the Bengals should be laying, 6 points and 5.5 points and regretting not taking the opener at the +6. And then you blink and look at this. The Bengals wind up covering the game. It's hard winning in the NFL when your margins are so small.
Yeah. And again, that was a game where, like we just talked about at the top of the episode here, where the special teams just honestly gave the game to the Cincinnati Bengals there. I
Are
mean,
you old enough to know about Let It Be?
no, let me tell me.
Ooh, so Thanksgiving, this is in the great Cowboys dynasty of the early 90s. How old were
Mhm.
you?
I was born in '88, so if it was early '90s, maybe around 4 to 5 years
And you
old.
don't remember it? Shocker. Okay. So there's a Thanksgiving game, and Miami was playing in the snow, and Leon Lett of Dallas. Well, the Dallas blocked the game-winning field goal for Miami,
Seen the highlight,
and
yeah.
so the game was over. And let it be, the ball's just lying on the ground around the 7 yard line. And Leon Lett decided it'd be a good idea to dive over there while doing a snow angel and try to, scoop up the ball, which he fumbled and he muffed, and Dallas recovered and went on to kick the game-winning field goal the next play. Let
Did
it
he?
be.
Didn't he also either I don't know if it was an interception or a strip sack fumble, run it back into the end zone and just drop it at the before crossing the touchdown line? Was that something?
No, he was carrying it like a loaf of bread,
Yeah,
and
and then
and
somebody
so the
came in.
slow Buffalo wide receiver, I think he was white, not that that matters, caught up to him and smashed it into the ground and rolled out of the end zone. Let it be times two. But always entertaining, Leon Lett.